Hey everybody! I'm here today to tell you something that you should do when the light turns green. And doing this one simple thing will allow you to be a safer driver. It will keep you safe while driving. Now, without further ado, I'm not going to beat around the bush. I'm going to tell you what the one thing is, but then I'm going to give you some more advice and some reasoning behind it, so be sure to stay tuned for that as well. So what is this one thing that you should do when the light turns green? Well, the one thing is to wait just a moment or two. Now, when the light turns green, most people are in a rush when they're driving, or they just want to go. So the light turns green and automatically they just bolt it. They just go. And that's not a great thing to do, because you might save a second or two, in the long run on your trip, which is really nothing. You might save a minute on your trip overall, which is really nothing at all. But it puts you at a massive risk. And I'll tell you why. You know, when someone approaches a red light, okay, you're going to assume that they're going to stop, but sometimes they just don't stop. Sometimes people run red lights. Sometimes it's intentional because they're trying to get away from someone, and sometimes it's unintentional. They're just not paying attention and they run the red light. Now, people are actually more likely to run a red light as soon as it turns red. So as soon as this light turns red in this lane right here, guess what happens next? My light turns green. So if my light turns green and I just start going and this light just turned red, I'm actually at an increased risk of getting into an accident, because someone is more likely to run that red light because it just turned red, okay? Now, the reason that you wait a moment or two, just a few moments, is so that you can just do a quick look left to right, and also make sure that people are coming to a stop at that red light. Make sure that you're not going to get T-boned in the middle of the intersection, because believe me, that is not a good position to be in. You don't want to be in that situation. Now, this is even more true late at night and on weekends, and I'll tell you why. When it's late at night and when it's a weekend, people are generally paying less attention to the road. When it's a weekend, people are out and about. They're focused on partying and going out and doing their weekend thing, whatever that is, and not as focused on the road. They're also going to be more tired late at night, okay? There's also an increased chance that people are just not going to be in it mentally when they're driving late at night and on the weekends. So even more so late at night and on the weekends, just do a quick glance left to right. Now, there is something that you can look for to give you a good indication that, you can proceed easily and without thinking about the chance of getting T-boned in the middle of the intersection. If you see that there are already cars that have been stopped on the front of each of the lanes on either side, then you can proceed, with pretty much certainty, with fair certainty that you're not going to get hit. Because if all of the lanes are already being blocked by cars that are at a complete stop at that red light, then you can pretty much proceed. But if the lanes are open and your light just turned green, okay, just take a moment and just wait. And while you're waiting, look left to right. It can be like a second, okay? Now, like if you wait like 5 seconds or 7 seconds, you're probably going to get honked at by the person behind you. You don't need to wait like 10 seconds. I literally just mean the light turns green, you just wait a second, you look left and right, and you just move forward after that when it is safe to do so. It's very simple. Also, in addition to people running red lights by accident, sometimes people try to beat the yellow lights. So they see a yellow light and they floor it to try and get through the intersection so that they don't have to stop and spend time sitting and waiting at that light. And, I don't recommend doing that, but it's generally sort of like a commonly accepted thing. People kind of just do it. But with that being said, sometimes people don't end up beating the yellow light. They'll floor it when the light turns yellow, and then their light turns red. They're at an increased speed. Your light turns green, and they're flying at this point, and they can't stop on time, so they have to run the red light. So just something to keep an eye out for. When the light turns green, do this. Just wait just a moment or two. It will keep you safe while driving and lessen the likelihood of you getting into an accident. And that's it. If you like this video, be sure to give it a thumbs up. Let me know what you think down below as a comment. And of course, be sure to subscribe for more great car and driving videos just like this one. And that's all I have for you today. Thanks for watching.